Hello LEGO friends, Matt Brooks here, and today it's time to take a look at my Peasants Village Medieval MOC. Stay tuned! Alrighty, welcome back folks. I'm very happy to finally show off this finalized project. It took me a number of live streams over a couple weeks to complete this, but I think it came out pretty darn well. There's a lot of stuff here, and I'm really excited to share it with you here. First off, I'm going to point out that this does have the four, I call them shanties, but peasant houses that I built a number of weeks or months ago, actually, one of my first projects when I started this whole medieval thing here. Finally went ahead and put them onto a mill's plate to start this process, and then customized the heck out of that mill's plate. So let's start around the sides here. So you can see we got a couple of them mounted. I've tried to mount them all off grid as best I can with some angling and all that kind of stuff to them. I just felt it would look a lot better that way. Yeah, you might see them hanging off a little bit, but that's okay because there may be other stuff that's sitting next to it. We'll see how that goes. But first thing is, thinking right here, they're going to sit in the context of that main body of water, the river that kind of runs through the middle of the realm. So I wanted to put a little kind of a pond or a little runoff area that kind of came into that space. So I used a bunch of lights, trans blue, and then dark trans blue in the middle to kind of convey a sense of depth. We got some plant life also in the pond here, and some rocks along the sides. It was my goal to try to give this a lot of greenery, plant life, and then just dirt, stone, rock, mud. And I think I've done pretty well with that, as best I could. Again, using the pieces I have on hand, because that's my goal here, is use pieces I have on hand from hauls that I do. So, moving out a little bit, we can see one of the two trees that I built as part of this, hanging out here. This is a smaller tree. I'm not a tree person, so forgive you for not having an idea of what these might be called. Just trying to use, again, various pieces I have and different techniques to create this. So a bunch of different smaller leaf pieces mounted on larger, lighter green pieces there. I think it looks pretty good. Kind of conveys a nice sense of overhang here next to that one shanty, next to the pond here. I think it looks good. The main feature on this plate in the middle is a nice medieval style well. Do want to thank my buddy Greg, aka Lol Lego, for sharing instructions with me that he found on Rebrickable. That was the inspiration for this well. I can link them in the directions below as well here. Well. But the idea is I wanted to have at least something kind of tying the middle of this, or tying the village kind of around a central point here. And I think the well actually came out really well in terms of that unifying central feature. It is just extremely delicate, so I don't really want to touch it too much and move things around with it, because those roof pieces will come off very easily. I love how the ingot looks on there though. I'm very happy with that. Let's take a little bit of a look inside there at it as best I can. So you can see that there on both sides. And one of the advantages of the mills, of course, is that it does come up through the plate, so it does have that sense of depth. I do have some trans light blue pieces in there to look like blue or water. Moving around the side here, we'll take another look from this angle. Oh, and there's a little bucket that's hanging there too. So here you can see there's a winch and all that stuff. Don't have any string mounted on there. It's not really deep enough for that, but it gives the appearance at least. Pathways, I try to, again, give a sense of just randomness between grass and stone, cobble, dirt, all that stuff. So I just try to mix up a bunch of things as best I could in a randomized pattern. Moving along, again, same idea over here, trying to create pathways and dirt and stuff. But then, thanks to somebody on my live stream, I forget who it was, suggested a little fire pit. So there is a little pit there, a stone pit, around a fire. And I just happen to have a kettle, so I put a kettle there. Although I think it wouldn't be able to fit underneath that, but it works for the scene. I think it looks good. Another look at the well in the middle. And I tried to mix up all kinds of different tiles, studs, plates, just to make this look like it was just really kind of old school and nothing really organized or anything like that. Just where folks would just randomly live back in the day. And then one of the biggest features, of course, on this other side is this larger tree using these kind of the yellowish flame orange colored leaves. These were also a feature on my pad wall a number of, I think, months ago at this point. I've got a bunch of them I want to use them to build some trees. Perfect chance to try that here. And I really, really like how this came out, to be honest. I think it looks fantastic. And I did try a little technique where I had the roots going down into the plate a little bit. You can kind of see right in there that it does go below the level of the main area of the plate. And I think it looks pretty good. It looks fairly legitimate, like it's natural, kind of coming out of the ground. Yeah, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'll back around here really quick. Yeah. Alright, and there you go. There's a quick look at my Peasants Village MOC. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a pretty fun build, and certainly enjoyed building it over live streams with everybody watching and participating and throwing ideas in the chat. I do think it came out really, really well. This is the second of significant MOCs that I have now completed in terms of actually being on mills plates and all that good stuff. The farm being also a recent one. So you will see this in the farm among everything else coming up in a soon to come Medieval Realm update. So stay tuned for that as well. And there you have it. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Twitch, Brooks, where I do my weekly live streams. I do appreciate that support. And if you haven't, be sure to subscribe here as well. Hit that like button, notification bell, comment or thought below, all that good stuff. It does help the channel, and I certainly appreciate it. Again, thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Matt saying adios, bye.